There's a sign which says bull in the field. You want to see what this bull looks like? He ain't got no horns, but he's got a plonker on him, I'm telling you. Come and have a look. Well, I don't know about his plonker, but I can see his balls. Look at that. That's some poundage of steak there, ladies and gentlemen. And those balls are supposed to be pretty tasty as well. Wow. He's huge. I don't think I've ever seen a bull that big. I'm telling you, I'm glad they're as passive as you like, because you won't want to meet one of those who was angry. Yeah, I hear you. I'm backing away. I'm backing away and I'm keeping my eye on this dude. So, let me speak a little bit about drinking one bottle of beer, equivalent to 1 pint, when I'm out in nature, because you see me doing it all the time. Why am I doing that? What's actually happening? What's happening, people, is that alcohol is touching my GABA receptors. Hang on. And they are adding to the calm, meditative state of mind. And so, when I drink one bottle of beer, it's kind of like the effects that you'd get from being in the meditation for about 20 minutes or half an hour. You feel chilled. And so we can help ourselves along with certain chemicals. And if you want to enter into the kingdom of God, then there are lots of chemicals, entheogens, that will help you, that will take you there in a split second. Things that meditators have been trying to achieve for years. One blast on the DMT pipe is going to take you there. Of psilocybin, mushrooms, is going to show you this world that is alive, imbued with consciousness and joy. Something that you invariably would have never experienced as a regular human being in modern societies. Now, I believe that people in rural environs, they are at one with nature. They feel it. They've grown up with it. They are one with the vibration. And so they don't need any entheogens, God within. They don't need to have God within, not necessarily artificially induced, but purposefully induced. Because they've grown with it. They've grown with God. God is them and they are God. The essence of oneness of nature. And so this is why people are so passive and tranquil and open and accepting in small villages and third world countries. They're just more open. When I was travelling through Africa and I'd come upon villages, you know, in Ghana, in the heart of Ghana, you would still find straw and mud huts. and natives living like that. And when you drive up and walk around, initially they just look at you. They just stand and look. Like one of those cows or bull. They just look. Curious. There's an anomaly. It's like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here, white man? But then, when you start to speak with them, they're very open and obliging. And they enjoy the interaction because of their openness. And they're not filled with resentment and jealousy and envy and embitterment and all that. It's just curious. And so that's a beautiful state to be in, isn't it? Curious. Because if we're curious, we're not judgmental. We've not already made our minds up, have we? That's the thing. That's the thing with modern egoic minds. We've already made our minds up about the vast majority of things that we encounter, because that's what the ego does. The ego creates stories and it builds forms, and it likes to place everything in a realm where it feels comfortable. And if there's something that is an anomaly, it creates cortisol then, the fear hormone. It's not happy with things that it doesn't comprehend or hasn't seen before. So then it brings about this fear. Well, I've never noticed this fear with natives. I noticed this fear in every single encounter that you would encounter in modern society. You ask someone what the time is as you're walking down the high street of a city. Wow, you're going to see fear. You're going to see someone that all of a sudden's got an internal dialogue about the situation, and they're going to feel threatened, and you see that they don't want to engage most times, and then they'll briefly look at their watch maybe, or look at their phone, and they want to be on their way, because they're kind of like waiting for, have you got a quid, or something else. It seems that they've got this firewall there. Oh, this person's gonna ask me for something more. Maybe they're gonna ask me for direction. I don't know. I mean, I've lived in this place for 30 years, but if you ask me where this road is and that shop is, I don't know. And then they feel all intimidated and they feel stupid. I've asked so many people on my travels where a certain road is or a place, and they've got, it's not round here. No, I've lived here 25 years, it's not round here, mate. And then I see the name of the street on the corner and I go, it's there. And they go, fuck it, I ain't never seen that, mate. No, because you're walking around with the scales on your eyes. You're not seeing nothing. You're not seeing anything. How many people are actually consciously observant of the world about them? And I'm always saying to you that whenever I'm walking anywhere, I'm always looking around everywhere. I want the 360. But not only that, I look up at the sky, I look up at the cloud formations, I look at the attitude of the sun. I want to know where the sun is. And then I'm looking at the light casting on everything and the shadows. I'm observing everything. That's my level of consciousness. It's open. It's cosmic consciousness, people. It's open to everything. I'm noticing every flower, every weed, just about. And then I will do things like this. I will come upon this and I will go, well, let me have a look at you, right? Because I know what you're doing. What are you doing? You are shedding your seeds. That's what you're doing, you see, because that's what you are. Naturally. And look at that beautiful new growth. It's like a squirrel's tail there, but then you see that it's like a snake shedding its skin. They're getting rid of all the old foliage and seeds, you see. And so when you're open to that, when you're observant of that, and you see what's going on around you, then it's like you're living in a 1,000 worlds. You're not just living in one world, people. There's worlds within worlds within worlds, and these worlds pertain to the level and breadth of your consciousness, because the more expansive your consciousness becomes, the more you see, the more you experience. And so therefore these automatons walking through the city, well, they have a consciousness like a fucking marble. And then someone like a guru, someone like me, well, what's their consciousness like? It's the cosmos. Their consciousness is the cosmos because they're always absorbing the information. Everywhere they go, they're looking at different shades, at different colours, at different attitudes. When these trees, on a windy day, you can see they've all got a different attitude. And then you start to notice a simile with certain trees shimmering in a certain way, and then you'll discern that those trees are a particular variety. They will be like maple trees, or they would be like an oak tree, or they would be a variety of conifer, and they've all got a different attitude. The light shimmers and reflects from them in a different way, and so you can discern that at that level. Then when you get closer, things become more and more apparent. Now I'm heading down here to these culverts, and in one of these trees there's about half a dozen black and red woodpecker nests, and I wonder if they are there now. Now in this field I've done DMT many a time and psilocybin and had some incredible experiences, really incredible. Look at this. Isn't this wonderful? The remnants of a bridge which traversed this small creek. Look, people, I'm walking in the meadow. I'm almost naked walking in the meadow. And there's nobody around. There's my meditative state of consciousness, which is at one with the world around me. And it feels dreamlike. It's very dreamlike, people. Because when you get into that level, when you're outside of the ego's like, this is this and that's that and that's boring. Oh, goodness me. What an affliction. What a curse. And that's why in my book I speak about the ego being Satan. Look at this. Look at these grasses. Look at the people dancing. Can you see them dancing, people? As far as the eye can see. I can see them dancing. Wow. They're all dancing, people. And they're dancing for me. They're all dancing for me. Looks like a million soldiers running into battle. Here they are. Swash, swish, swoosh. Look at them. An ocean of them, people. Isn't that beautiful? Do you feel the beauty? If you don't feel the beauty, do you have questions about that? Do you think, like, I don't know what you're talking about, Aaron? I mean, to me, they're just grasses. Doesn't mean anything. But when you speak about them, they sound wonderful. It sounds exciting and invigorating. It sounds beautiful. Look, they're dancing again. They're dancing, people. They're dancing. They're so happy in the sun. The sun is beaming down. And they feel like dancing. So what do you think? What do you feel? I can't get any sense out of you, can I? On this level, I can't get you to say, I feel like this and I feel like that. And only yesterday I was out in a meadow and I just sat down just like you did, and I was looking at these buttercups and I was looking at the light reflecting on the grass, and I was in this joyous space of consciousness, Aaron. I hear you. I know what you're saying. Who? Who? Do you want to tell me? Do you want to share a little? Or do you just sit there watching? Don't feel moved in any way? Do you not feel that you have a deficit if you don't feel moved by the world? By a seemingly simple thing which isn't simple. It's so complex. It's magical. And yet it doesn't mean anything to you. Or does it? Does it mean something to you? Do you observe the world like I do? What do you see? What do you feel? I'm looking for the others, people. I'm looking for the others. I've come to find the others. Now this here tree is the one where the woodpeckers reside. Let's see if there's any activity. Now look at these grasses. The original form of wheat, before it was cultivated, people would have to labour massively, extensively to get some nutrients, nourishment out of these. But they learnt how to genetically modify. And that's why we have a whole different variety of wheat today. Oh my. Something's happened to this tree. It's died and it's given up the ghost. It's fallen down, you see. Whereas there were woodpeckers, you see. There were woodpeckers in these branches. Where are they? There's one there, and then there's one at the top there. But that's happened in the last 2 years. And so the woodpeckers would have gone. See, there's another one up there. So you got that one there, and that one further down there. I want to know, how many of you do this? You have to be careful because there's lots of these around. That'll be a painful experience on the shin. So you have to be observant, people. You have to be very observant. Who? Who? Do you do this? Just got to take this opportunity to have a piss now. Now I've drank that bottle of beer. Gotta... Free Willy. Just look, no hands. Ah, no hands. Ah, the bliss, people. Heaven, the kingdom of God. It's a state of mind. Have you found it? Do you want to find it? Do you have any idea where to look? Do you think it's all bollocks? The kingdom of God is within you all. Do you think it's bollocks? Or do you think it might be true? There might just be some reality that you can find an absolute blissful state in this life experience, and you won't be traumatized, and you won't be burdened, and you won't be controlled by the ego. No, you'll be free. Free. Look at me, I'm free. I don't have to go to work tomorrow. I don't have to do anything tomorrow. I don't have to do anything any single day. So I am the truth. I am an exhibit of the truth that you can walk this earth without any cares in the world. And you can be free. And your consciousness can be open, unencumbered. Do you know what that's like? Why don't you tell me? Why don't you share a few things? Why don't you put the comment down that means something, that comes from the heart? Some of you do. Hardly any. It's a very small percentage, isn't it? Hardly any do. What is it? They're afraid. They can't articulate themselves. I don't know, they're full of inhibitions and all different sorts of things. Only a few can. Only a few can do what I'm doing. Only a few can paint like Michelangelo. Only a few can box like Muhammad Ali. Who are the rest of you? What can you do? Can you do anything? Can you see anything? Can you feel anything, people? Are you feeling beings? Are you feeling this world? What do you feel? You can tell me. What do you feel? Today is an exceptional day because I haven't heard a leaf blower, a still saw, a chainsaw, a lawnmower, a hedge trimmer in all this time. There's been one light aircraft that flew over, and I can just hear the hiss of a car over there in the background. And now bees come to see me. And so as I go further over here, that sound won't travel to this part where I am up here. And so I enter into the kingdom of God. Just the wildlife, just the birds. You can't even hear the trees rustling today. You can hear the grass rustling beneath my feet. But when I stand still, and if you don't hear the wind blowing on the microphone, it's intoxicating. It's a drug, people. What's happening in my mind? I have some GABA receptors stuff going on, but I also have some serotonin, some dopamine, stuff like that going on. The sun's creating that. The stillness is creating that. The peace of mind is creating that. And so my brain is busy producing all these wonderful neurotransmitters that enable me to enter into that beautiful space. Wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like my battery has been recuperated. This 2 hours down here has satiated every cell in my body. And now I'm going to get on my faithful steed and I'm going to travel to a church where I made a video or two the other day, but I wasn't happy with them. And so I'm going to go back and show you around that church and speak of whatever comes to mind. The drugs, people. I'm on drugs. Arrest me. Arrest me now, officer. I'm on several drugs. But you won't find any in my pockets or in my bike. But if you did a blood test, you'd find them there.